Hello my friends, I'm back. So I had asked you guys if you guys wanted to learn how to make these cute little felt flowers, and some of you said you would love to learn how. So this is what it looks like right here. And this is what we're going to be making today. I'm going to be making actually a picture frame. Not sure where this picture frame came from, where you can buy it, but Miss Pam Savage sent it to me. She was so nice to send me a little care package the other day, and I'm so grateful for her. So I figured I was going to use this to make something cute out of it. And I'm also going to be using this Dollar Tree wall tile. It's like a faux metal galvanized tin kind of look. And so I'm going to be using this to embellish this little picture frame. And then also I'm going to be using my faux flowers and a little bit of the Dollar Tree greenery. Like, I don't know if this is just Christmas. I know I got it last year for Christmas probably. They come in little picks, but you know, it's coming, Christmas is coming up, and so we're going to be using some of this. It does come in a larger pick. I just kind of took it all apart, so we'll see what we use out of it. And it's just to embellish. Also going to be making a few of these greenery little stems just to go with my flowers. I have made a couple of them already, so we don't have to spend all day you know, making flowers and everything. So okay, so hopefully you guys wanted to see how to make them, so hopefully I can explain that to you guys. I'm gonna be using some of this felt from Walmart, and I think this one's from Walmart, I'm not sure, but you can find these felt sheets in you know, any craft store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, anywhere like that, and you can pick whatever colors you want. I wanted to go with something kind of neutral for mine, so so this is what I'm gonna be doing for mine. But I mean, there's millions of colors that you can pick from, so whatever color that you choose, go ahead and grab you the color that you want. And I think what I want to start doing first is prepping my my wood surface. That way it has time to dry and everything, because I do want to paint this. So I'm gonna paint this stuff first, and I'm gonna go ahead and prep it, and we're gonna go ahead and start with this, and then we will work on our flowers, embellishments. How's everybody doing today? I'm excited to be here again, finally. I was a little bit under the weather, but I'm starting to do a lot better. And getting back into my crafting. So what are you guys up to today? Anybody doing anything today? Just watching me? So this little picture frame comes with a little wooden dowel that you just kind of put in the back. It's got like a little hole back here that you just put on there. I'm not sure if it's Dollar Tree. I probably should have investigated where you can get these picture frames. I know there's some at Walmart that you can get. There's different places, but you just put the little dowel in the back and it stands up really nicely. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I don't want to lose my little dowel, so I'm going to put it to the side. And then I am going to be painting this. So let me just take this little thing off, because I'm going to be using this to trace as well. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. What I want to do is I'm going to take some of this Waverly antiquing wax. You can use also like burnt umber, anything like that. And I'm going to be using, I'm wondering if I should use a paintbrush or if I should just use a baby wipe. We'll find out. We'll see in a minute. Actually, yes, I'm going to use a baby wipe as well. Sorry, I'm just kind of all over the place still. And what I want to do is mainly I'm going to be concentrating on my edges, kind of like the places where you'd be able to see when the tin is going to be covering, because the tin is going to be covering mostly everything, but it's not going to be covering like these little edges on here and on the inside or on the outside. So that's mainly what I want to concentrate on. It's not much more. But I do want to use that baby wipe just to kind of wipe some of that off. Just so it'll dry up faster. Because I don't want any drips or anything like that. That's really all you're going to be needing to do for now with this. I've been seeing a lot of crafters use these Dollar Tree tins for little pumpkins and things like that, you know, for fall. And I thought that's a really cute idea, but today I'm just going to be making this frame. Like I said, right now I'm just covering the edges, kind of going around and just, you know, just the parts that might be exposed a little bit if my tin doesn't cover all the way. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And also I'm going to go ahead and do all the back side because I'm not going to be putting tin on the back side, so I'm going to be doing all that as well. How's everybody's day going? Does everybody have a long weekend or just me? I feel like I haven't done anything all week. Just wiping some of that off because I don't want any drips, like I said. So I hope I'm not missing any comments. Alright, so this is the front. And now I'm going to do the back. I'm just going to do all the back because the back, you will be able to see it. I'm not putting tin on the back side, so. And I also had, I guess I didn't have a back. Trying to get into all those creases. This stuff is not as runny as like regular paint. It's kind of, it's in a way it's like thick, but it's not thick. It's like a gel consistency sort of, but it's like watered down paint sort of at the same time. Kind of strange, but I like it. I like the color of it. You'll see that now that I'm wiping it off, you see that you could see all the grain, the wood grain on there. I really like that. And it doesn't have a smell or anything, so. Nasty. Looks ugly. I'm gonna grab another one here. Clean up all my area real quick so we can put it back down. I'm actually gonna set it down right here just to dry for a little bit. Clean my hands off. Nasty. Let's see. I'm not seeing any comments at this time, so if you guys have any questions so far, let me know. And I will also go back and answer questions if you guys have any as well at the end of the live. For some reason, sometimes Facebook doesn't allow me to see my comments, and so I think it's pretty self-explanatory for now. Let me get this little, I forgot to get this little dowel. I want to get that one kind of matching as well. And that was the Antiquing Wax, Antique Water-Based Wax from Waverly. Clean my hands off really good so that we can work on the next part. I'm going to use my heat gun just to dry it just a little bit. Now we're going to go back to the front. The front, I know it's kind of a mess, but we're going to be using the tin, like I said. And this is a Dollar Tree tin. It's a 12-inch. It's just, it says it's self-adhesive, but I believe the adhesive is only on the outside part of it, so we're going to be using hot glue for that. It's adhesive. It's got like it does have like a sticker sheet kind of feel, but I don't know how strong it is, so we're going to be going ahead and using hot glue anyway. And what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it kind of where I want it. So kind of find a shape that I would like. I know most of it's going to be covered up anyway, but I want the design to kind of show up on it, so I'm just going to kind of place it sort of, I guess, in the middle so that we get all the different designs, like all the design that, you know, for it to show up. So I have a pen here. I had a Sharpie here. I use my Sharpie instead. And just mark where I want to cut off my piece. You guys can see that I marked it. And I'm just going to be using scissors because this is the design. I mean, it's just like plastic, so it's really not tin. So it'll cut really nicely with some scissors. I can find my scissors. I should have marked where my heart is going to be. Hold on. Put this back down. Okay. And then the heart. This may be a little bit tricky. We'll see if it works or not. We're gonna hope it does. We're gonna hope it does, because I can't get a straight heart on here. It's got all these little bumps, so we'll see. Let's go ahead and cut this off. And I'm going to be cutting inside of my Sharpie line just because I don't want you to be able to see the Sharpie line on there. And, you know, even though it's going to get painted, but I know that when you mark it with a Sharpie, it's usually just a little bit bigger. So here's that. And then for this one, I have a little blade, but I'm gonna be using my scissors for the most part. I just want to get a little cut in here. There you go. Probably not the safest thing to do right there that I just did, but let's see, the backing's already trying to come up. Yeah, see, there's only adhesive on the outsides of it, so that's kind of weird. But oh, because the adhesive part is right here and it's not stuck on there. See that this white sheet? So I'm probably just going to be taking this off of it anyway, and then going ahead and using the hot glue. So I don't need that other part. It does not serve me any purpose, so. Like I said, let's hope that I get a good heart. We're just trying it, guys. We're just trying it and see if it works out for me. That way you guys can try it too. These tins are fun. They're pretty, you know. There's the heart. Now let's try it back on this. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it will work. It's perfect enough for me. I'm going to cut off just a little bit off this bottom piece. Got a little bitty lip down here at the bottom that I want to cut. So it's just a little piece of it. There we go. I feel like I could trim just a little bit more. And I'm just trimming just a tiny bit because I feel like it's still kind of sticking out just a little bit on the edges. So I know it's not going to be a perfect fit, but I also don't want it to be too sharp on the edges. So yep, I think that works really, really good. It's kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right up against the edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So I'm going to pick up some of this right here. Here's my glue gun. I'm going to go around the edge of the heart first. Trying to go kind of fast. And then the outside of my wood. If I need to go back in and add more glue, then I will. Go. Be careful not to burn yourself. I've been burning myself since last night. I was working on the little flowers last night and I burned myself several times, so just kind of go around it and make sure that this isn't gonna peel up or anything. If you see some areas that are like kind of lifting, then go ahead and add a little bit of glue to it. I still need to do this whole side over here, so I'm working on little bits at a time. I do like this glue gun because it's got like the little fine tip on it, so it gets in there pretty well without me having to lift it too much. I'm just trying to avoid it lifting later on. There we go. I feel feel like it's all pretty much glued down. Just I need a little bit more here inside the little heart. I think it's okay. Alright. That's how that looks. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint this. So I'm going to move this real quick. I'm going to paint this white. And for that, I'm thinking what I want to do, because I really wanted to use this antique white color on there, but I'm not sure if the acrylic paint will stick very well to this. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this chalk paint first, and then I'll go back in and add some of this antique on top, antique white, I mean, on top. See if that works. I haven't used this one before, so. Go ahead and use this. And we're just gonna kind of give it like a messy base coat on there. I think it's gonna look nice. This chalk paint works really well to stick to everything, so on this plastic it works really good. Kind of painting inside of the heart as well. I know we just painted that with the dark, but I'm not giving it like a full coverage. I'll show you guys. I'm kind of just giving it a light coat on there. Kind of dry brushing it, really not really giving it a whole full coverage. I do want some of that dark to come out of there as well. Hope you guys can see that. And then I did do the back as well, so I'm going to be carefully doing the back. Try not to touch the front of it too much, but this is just going to be a dry brush coat, so it should dry really fast.
What are you doing?
I'm live, baby. Get out. Sorry. Sorry, that was one of my nephews. They're outside swimming. I'm still going to be going over this again with the dark to dirty it up just a little bit more. So, but I wanted to go ahead and get this done already. Looks like just kind of a rough look. This front is still a little bit wet, so I'm going to dry it just a little bit. Back part's already dry, so okay. So now what I'm going to do is I haven't even washed my brush, but I'm done with this white already. I'm just going to use a little bit of this antique white, and I'm gonna kind of just go over the white just a little bit, because I don't want that white look on there. I feel like now this paint's gonna stick to it a little bit better. Acrylic paint's just a little bit kind of too slick to stick to plastic, so it's not ideal. That's why the chalk paint works really good. How's everybody doing today? I'm so sorry I cannot see your comments at the moment. So, if anyone's leaving comments or asking any questions or anything, I cannot see anything, so. And the reason I did the white on the back side too. I mean, of course this acrylic paint's going to stick to the wood, but I just wanted the same like consistency on the color. Make sure that it all looks kind of the same. So if it has that white base coat on it, it all matches. So let me dry this real quick so I could do the back side. The good thing is that the paint dries really fast because I'm not doing heavy coats on here. So and the same thing with this, I'm leaving some of that brown exposed as well. Kind of just wanting to go over it with this antique white. Just kind of a rough coat. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. There's the front, and here's the back. Okay, I feel like that's pretty good on that. And then we're going to use our antiquing wax again. This time, I need another baby wipe. This time I'm going to be wiping it quite fast. I don't want a lot of this on there. I'm just kind of going to dab it on there and then wipe it off. Kind of just going to try to go in between some of those areas and get some of that wax stuck in there. Oh, this is looking so pretty. So pretty already. some of that off. Just wiping it. So I don't want it all over. I just want it in some of the areas that are kind of dark. If you feel like you need a little bit more, then go ahead and add a little bit more in some areas. Let's see. And then go ahead and wipe it back off. Just keep adding and taking off as much as you want, as you see that you want your color to look. So I think that looks really, really pretty. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the sides as well. Again, just give it a little light coat. Nothing too much. I just don't want a lot of that bright white on there. Kind of concentrating on my heart just a little because I would like for this to be a little bit darker in here. Normally I don't worry about the backs of a lot of things, but you know, on a picture frame you can put it in many different spots and you'll be able to see it. So when it's home decor, I kind of tend to pay a little bit more attention to the backs of things. So I really like to you know, pay attention to the details and everything. So well, this is mine, so it really doesn't matter what it looks like, but I mean, if you're gonna do something, you might as well do it right. So I am taking care of everything. Sorry if this is too long for you guys. Okay. I feel like I like that. I'm comfortable with that. It's so pretty. The inside of my heart is also stained, so it doesn't look super, super bad. It just makes it look like an old, I don't know, tin something. I should have taken this little staple off, but I don't have my, I don't have anything to take it off with, so I'll have to take that off later. But I guess that's where the tag of it was. But anyway, that's the back of it. And now we're just going to set it down. So this could be embellished any way you want. I'm choosing to put flowers on mine. But I have seen people use like raffia. I've seen people use ribbon, lace, just a lot of different things. You know, it just depends on the project that you're working on. I wanted mine to be like a picture frame, so, you know, not really like a picture frame, but I wanted it to, it is a picture frame, but I wanted it to, it's gonna go inside, so it doesn't matter what goes on there. And also you could, you don't have to make your flowers like I am. You can use regular flowers like from Dollar Tree or Walmart or anywhere that sells flowers. Michael's. This would be really pretty with some Christmas greenery as well, like to make it Christmassy. If you want to change your florals on it, you can just leave it like this, and you don't have to embellish it even. You know, just keep it just like this. But I wanted to go ahead and add some of these flowers on there. How pretty is that? Look at that. So now I'm going to show you guys how I make my felt flowers. We're going to set this back over here so it can dry. Let's see. Stand it up. And you could use hot glue to keep the little stick in there, but I'm not going to right now because it's fine. It's fine the way it is. Okay. Put this back down so you guys can see. Okay, so what we're going to be using is, like I said, we're going to be using one of these felt sheets from Walmart or Hobby Lobby or any of the craft stores. They have a bunch of different colors, and these are just, it doesn't say what kind of material it is, but it's just felt. It's fiber. It says made with Eco-Fi, a PET or PET fiber made with up to 100% recycled purified plastic bottles. So that's a good thing. And what I do is I cut out a square size. You can make them as big as you want. I normally just cut it like a square, but depending on the size that you want to do, you can go to a smaller square. Last night I was working on some really tiny ones, and I don't know what I did. Oh, here's a few that I was working on yesterday. And see, like this is a really tiny square of felt that is probably, I would say, about let's see how big, about 3 or 4 inches I would say about 3.5. So with a 3.5-inch square, I got this little tiny one. Super, super little. And this is about a 1-inch, maybe a little bit bigger than a 1-inch, 1.25 maybe, flower. But for this one, for this size, I used the larger squares, which we're gonna do right now. And what I just did was I just folded in one of these corners, just to make a square instead of a rectangle. And then I'm gonna cut this little piece off right here. Let's see. And for this, you're gonna want to get some good scissors. So these are my paper scissors and my all-around craft room scissors, so they're not the best. I do have some smaller ones there, but see, you're gonna have this little piece left over. You can just put that away. You won't need that anymore probably today. But now you're left with a square. And this one is about a 9-inch square. So 9 inches. What I do is, here's my better scissors. I cut a circle out of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round these edges, these corners, and I just kind of eyeball that because it's really not anything, like you don't have to measure or anything like that. If you want to get something that's round, that's about a 9-inch circle, then you can do that. But at the end, I feel like it really doesn't matter that I go really, really straight, because flowers just, you know, they're not perfect. So just kind of just making a little bit of a circular shape. You want, this is probably still a little bit too square, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with this. We're gonna leave it. And what I do is I take, I'm sorry, I'm trying to clean up off all this stuff. I'm gonna take about, you can use a pen or a Sharpie or something to mark this. I don't like to do it because I feel like it leaves the mark. And when I have my flowers on the edges, sometimes it leaves that that dark mark from the pen, and I don't like to see that. So I don't mark them, but you can always mark it if you want to, and you know, later on you can either cut that darker spot off or just leave it. What I'm doing is I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna make like a spiral shape. I'm gonna be cutting around and around until I get to the middle in a spiral shape, and I'm just cutting it to about a 1-inch strip, sort of like that. And I'm just gonna be going around and around, and it's okay if your corners, since they're a little bit squared shaped, it's okay if you kind of go a little bit bigger. It's fine. But all I do is I go around and around in a circle. And I'm making like a spiral shape all the way inside. Like I said, you can mark this if you want to. This is just what I'm doing. Hopefully you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Go around and around. making like a 1-inch band all around. And then when you get to the very inside, I always just go and make like a little circle right in the middle. So here we go. This is what I have right now. I have a strip of just like a 1-inch band of like a coil sort of. Let's see. There are flowers that I have made before that you can use this coil just the way it is. It's really pretty, and they're all you do is you start from the outside part, from the very outside part of the circle that you did, and you just take it and you're just gonna sort of roll it in towards itself. I'm not gonna hot glue this part right now because there's still another step that I want to do, but I want to show you guys how this one looks just like that. So if you can start to see it, it's kind of like a little rolled flower, which it looks really pretty once you're done, but this is not the look that I'm going for. So what I'm going for is I want these scalloped edges right here on mine. So we're going to do one more step to this coil. Okay, so what I do, like I said, I don't mark anything. I just kind of eyeball. I want little scallops that are probably about, I'm going to say, about 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. So you're gonna, if you can picture that, you're just gonna be going up and down in a scallop shape. So I'll show you guys more of that. And it doesn't really matter that they're perfect, but you do want some pretty sharp scissors for that because it's hard to cut with dull scissors. So really what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be going up and down, and then you're not gonna go all the way in to the edge. You're gonna leave about 1/4 inch without snipping, 1/4 inch at the very bottom, okay? Attached. Okay? So then now I turn my scissors over again and I make another scallop. See that? 2 scallops right here. There we go. And these are about, like I said, they're about 1.5 inches. They're about 1.5 inches or so. You don't want them too big, but you also don't want them too small. Okay. And you're just gonna go all the way around your flower just like that, making scallops. Little petals. These are your petals. All the way around. These little flowers take a little bit of work, but they're so cute. They're worth it, you know, and if you're only making a few, it's totally worth your time. I've made so many projects using these flowers. I just love them. I've made garlands with them before. I've made, of course, embellished things with them. I've made magnets with them. I just added a little magnet to the back of it, and it made a really cute little magnet. I have made baby items with them. I've used them to embellish some like baby door hangers before. I've also used them to do like a canopy for a crib set. I embellished it with a lot of these felt flowers. What else have I done with them? I've done a whole lot of projects with these, and I just love them. I've done hair bows with them. Like baby bow hangers, baby girl bow hangers. I've done that with them. Last year, my grandparents we had a family reunion, and I did some like frames for the centerpieces of the tables, and they were frames with my like picture frames with my grandparents, and I embellished the frames with some of these as well. They were very cute because they were rustic, and then they were just like little rustic frames, and then I embellished them with these flowers, and they look so cute. I've used them to embellish pumpkins before. I mean, guys, the possibilities are endless. For Easter, the bunnies look really cute with little collars with these flowers as well. So, and you can make so many different sizes and shapes. This is not the only shape that you can do. There's so many other flowers. There's like you can make other little things like this. Last year I used my Cricut to make these bigger ones right here, and these have the petals just a little bit of a different shape, so I used my Cricut to make these, but it's the same exact concept as this one. So these are just more rounded petals. Just so many things. So many things that you guys can do with these. Finishing out my last few petals. You can just get rid of this extra fabric. You won't need that. And here is your coil. Now, this little back part, this little circle that's left at the end, I usually kind of glue it to the back part, or I can use it as a petal. So we'll see what we need it for at the very end, but we're going to start with this part that's kind of started as a little corner at the beginning. And like I said, we're going to be rolling. And I like to roll it towards myself. That's just the easiest thing for me. But you can roll it away from you as well. It doesn't matter. I roll it towards me so that I can glue. And I only put glue right at the beginning. Sorry guys. My throat's been really, really dry. And then I just roll it. I'm sorry. And then put another little bit of glue on there. And then roll it towards me. Be careful not to burn yourself. And basically that's all you're going to be doing. You're just going to be rolling towards yourself. I mean, of course you want to pay attention to your petals and see where the placement's going to go. And if you need to roll it just a little bit tighter, you can, or let it go a little bit looser. But you kind of want it to be tight at the very beginning especially. I don't like to leave a gap in the middle of mine because you'll be able to see like a little hole in the middle, and I don't like that. See, you can kind of see the end. Pretty. It's not super tight, but it's also, you can't see a hole through it. You can kind of see the shape already starting to take shape. And I'm only putting a little bit of glue down towards the bottom of it because I don't want to glue my petals together. I want to still be able to move my petals around. So it's only at the very bottom of it where the petals are attached. And it's only a little bit of glue. We're almost there, guys. kind of paying attention to the size. This one's going to be bigger than the other one. But it's okay. I like the different sizes. I just really wanted to show you guys the method, how I make my flowers. So this is not the only way to make these flowers, by the way. I mean, you could make each petal like each petal by themselves and put it together that way as well. This is just something that's worked for me, and I've used different methods as well. I'll see if I have another flower here that I can show you guys that I've done with the petals by themselves. I have done that as well. This is just a really easy way of making these beautiful little roses. Getting to the very, very end. So my circle down here is bigger than this, but I can still use it to kind of cover up some of that as well, or I can kind of flip it over if I needed an extra petal and just use it as a petal. So for me, since it's so small, I'm going to go ahead and just flip it, and I'm going to use it as another petal right here, because it doesn't make a difference. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down like that. There we go. See what I did? I just kind of flipped it and used it as a petal. And then here is my flower. Now all that's left to do is kind of shape it. I can pull it out. Sometimes you'll see that some of your petals are just kind of sticking out too much, and it doesn't really have like a flower shape. Like this one right here kind of sticks out a little bit more than the rest of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of trim that down just a little bit in a circular shape as well. And I just trimmed it down just a little bit, took a little bit of that little piece off of it, and now it blends right in. So there you go. But here it is, guys. Here's my flower. Super, super cute. I love it. I love these little flowers. And all you do is just kind of, you know, push them down and shape them the way you want it. That is a lot larger than this one. It's probably a couple of inches bigger. And then I had made this one as well. This is a much smaller one. So here's 3 different sizes. same exact method of doing it. It's just the size of the square that you use at the very beginning. So there's that. And then what I went ahead and did was I took some green felt and I cut myself out a little piece, like a little cheap tracer, and I just kind of traced it onto some felt, some green felt, and made these little sort of X's that kind of look like little leaves. And all I have to do on there is now just glue my little X. I glue it in the middle of the X and then just kind of put it in the middle of my flower. Kind of put it in the middle of my flower, and that just kind of helps give it a little bit of that greenery. Just a little pop of greenery. This one's maybe just a tiny bit small for this one. I could have probably gone a little bit bigger for this one, but it still works. It just gives it just a little bit of pop of green. And if you're using a stem, for example, so you would use your stem and you would want to cut like a little indentation right in here, like a little, you just cut a little bitty hole in there, for example. And say you want to make this rose into something with a stem and you stick it in there. What I do is I take my pliers. I don't have pliers here with me, but you take your pliers and you make like a little, let's see, no, I don't have pliers, I only have this. So anyway, you're gonna make like a little bend maybe right here. Probably do it with my fingers. Just a little tiny little bend, and then I bend it down. So it's just so that the stem doesn't come out of it at all anymore, out of this piece. And then now what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue and you're going to glue this, and then you're going to glue your flower on top. So now you have a flower on a stem. And then you can put your leaves on there however you want on the stem. But there you go. That's how you make this. For me, I'm not doing that today, so I am going to be doing some, of course I'm going to embellish my picture frame with these. So I think, I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this big huge one because I don't want to cover up everything, but I might still use it. There's that. Maybe I'll just use these two. I just want to add something to it. So I think I'm just going to use these two. I also have this one that I've made previously. And this is one of the ones that I told you that has the petals all by, single petals. So that's how that one looks. But this one's a little bit flatter. It's got a different shape to it, but I thought about using this one because I like the burgundy or the deep color, deep tone in there. What do you guys think? I think I might just use the white. Probably just use these two right here. So I don't want to cover up my pretty background either, so just these, and then we'll put this one aside for another project. But then, okay, I made this yesterday as well because I wanted to go ahead and kind of use that as, as my greenery behind my flowers. So I'll use some of that, and I'll go ahead and make one of those with you guys so that you guys can see that really fast. And then, so what I did on this one, I also made myself another little tracer. These are just out of poster board. I wanted to go ahead and make little leaves, but they're both together. So you can definitely do them separately, just cut like a little leaf shape. But I just did mine together out of a little bit of a different color than the one I used for the flowers. I just wanted like a different variation of my green for these leaves. So all I did was trace them on my felt with my little shape, and that's it. Cut them out. So now what I'm gonna do with these is I started, oh here, okay, I lied. I thought I had cut another one, but here's this right here, and I need a single leaf that I'm just gonna cut out with I don't want to, let's see, I'm just going to use a little shape, and that one's a single one, and you see how it marked on the felt? Well, you'll be able to see that if I don't cut it out, so I'll be cutting inside my line for my felt. See that? Be cutting inside of the felt of the black, because then you'll be able to really see that whenever I put it on my project. So I just cut to where you don't see any of the black inside of there. It's just a little leaf. That's it. And that's going to be our very top piece. So what I do is I just put a little drop of glue right in the middle, and I'm going to put my stick in there. It's not really a stick, it's a little wire, floral wire. These floral wires, you can buy them at Walmart. It looks like this. I have it bent, but it's just like this. It's called Decorative Accents cloth stem wire, and it's 18 gauge, and it's 12 pieces that come in it. So it goes a long way because it's a pretty long piece, so I just cut them down to the size that I need them. So anyway, that's all I did. I put my stem in there, and I put a little dot of glue, and I just kind of squeezed it in there, so it just made this little cute little leaf shape at the very top. Okay. Now, my wire's a little bit bent because I used it just a second ago, but now I'm going to use this one. And this one right here, I do the same thing, but what I'm going to do is I put it right on the outside, on the middle of my leaf, just down to towards the bottom. And now I'm gonna just fold it upwards. If that makes any sense. I kind of just fold it upwards to make it kind of have that little crease on my leaves. You want it to kind of just fold up like a leaf shape. Okay. Put a little bit more glue on there. I should have put the glue on the back side. It's okay. Put the glue on the back side. And then I'm going to put it on my wire. And that's all I do right there. I just kind of pinch it together to kind of make it sit on my wire. and go a little bit faster. Pinch them together. I'm so sorry about the comments, guys. I don't know why it's not letting me see any comments. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this project. I know it's a long one, but it's fun. I love creating. Just pinch it on my little stem. Okay. That's how that's looking, sort of. I'm trying not to get any glue seeping out of it, so I'll try to be a little bit neater. Okay. I'm gonna do like one more probably. Pinch it towards the back. That's how the back looks. And that's how the front looks. And it's just a little stem with greenery. And you can make these as long as you need them. I don't need them very long, so I think I'm gonna stop right there. And we're gonna go ahead and embellish my picture frame. Okay, so I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna take this off for now, because I need to figure out how long I need to make everything, because I'm gonna be cutting those stems down. Right? Sort of. Okay, I think that's about right. So let me go ahead and cut this. I don't want too long of a stem. I can cut most of that stem off of both of them. I think I like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick these up again and go ahead and glue that down. Only glued that bottom piece because I want to be able to bend this up if I need to, so I left that for now. There's my 2 stems glued on there. Okay, and I'm not sure if I want to use some of these. I thought about using some of these gold things on here. I'm not sure if I... Yeah, that might look really pretty, right? Yeah, I think I am going to use some of these. Take the little sticks off of them, so... Trying to see where I want to place this one. I don't know that I like it there. See if I can find a smaller one. Trying to see if cutting some of this maybe. Yeah, I like those. I like to add glitter or some kind of sparkle element to stuff, especially home decor, because I feel like it just kind of draws your eye to it. So I really like to use some kind of metal or glitter or a rhinestone or something like that. Like that's just my style. That's what I like to do. I like bling, so that's just my style. It's not for everyone, but I like it that way, so. good. Do I need more? I don't think I need more. I think that looks really, really nice. I really, really like it. Just the way it is. And I'm going through and taking all the glue off of it. Little glue strings that I have everywhere. And making sure it's finished. But I think this is it, guys. I think this is where I'm gonna stop for now, because I really, really like the way it looks. So and I just put the little holder back there, and that looks really, really cute the way it is right there. Put the picture. This is not the actual picture, but here's we'll use this picture. I didn't bring an actual picture, so we'll just go ahead and use this little picture that it had in there. So there we go. This is it, you guys. This is it. I'm trying to figure it. There we go. I hope you guys like this tutorial. I know it was a little bit long, but I really, really enjoy making projects like this for my home, and I hope you guys learned something. This is it's just something fun I wanted to give a try too. I wanted to use these little tin what are they? Tin tiles from Dollar Tree, and just kind of distress it, make it look fun and old. And then of course I had to add a little bit of my style, which is I love flowers, so the flowers I felt were very appropriate for this project, and so here it is. Hope you guys like it and hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will be answering the comments as soon as I get a chance. So thank you guys so much for watching, and again for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.